them know that we are the American Indians. Copper color Indians, baby. A real Indian, American Indian is me, not from Africa. Remember that.
African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But now the brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago, even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space. Why you keep trying to attach yourself to a continent where even if you got the chance to go and you went, most people that wouldn't even claim you as one of them, as a purebred daughter or son of them.
And we are not Africans. We are not African. Are you an African, baby? I'm not no African. Nigga, you a lying motherfucker. Nigga talking about we African. You African, nigga. I ain't African.
Good morning. Oh boy, I got good sleep. Good morning. Man, I'm well-deserved sleep. Some sleep I ain't gotten in a long time. What's up? What's good, Sir Drive? Main camp, Carlos X, everybody watching, smash the like button. We about to get in this morning. I'm talking. Yesterday, hey, Charles Robinson, Grand Rising. Y'all know I'm a morning person. And I wanted to talk about a few things this morning. Hey, smash that like button, y'all. Please. Let me turn this off. So last night we had a really great meeting that was well needed. I thought it went great. A lot of us YouTube creators in the Aboriginal, aka American Indian, community, not Native American, American Indians, Aboriginals, first people of this landmass, us that have so many identities. Well, we had a really great meeting last night, and a lot of us were able to resolve issues and apologize to each other, and we just gonna be sticking together. You know, I am so happy, that we were able to, pour out things that concerned us, and the issues have been resolved, at least from my perspective. So I am going to continue to visit people's channels who I've been reluctant to go to due to controversies, and I'm glad it's squashed. I always feel good when I'm able to apologize and be the bigger person and shut things out. Hey, holiday. And I always feel good about it. So I'm going to be a busy, buzzy visiting channels that I always wanted to continue, being a part of. And it's going to be fun because a lot of us, we're our own characters. A lot of us are funny, and I just want to keep it that way. I love laughing and having fun. Really, seriously. Hey, Chief, I'll put the link in the chat in case you want to pop on, Chief. Um, but if not, it's okay. I understand. Oh, but I had so much fun yesterday on yesterday's segment. It was so hilarious to me. And I'm gonna pull it up and go over some of it, the funny parts, and people I just love and just feel are just so, so important to the community. I swear, if we didn't have them, it wouldn't be no fun at all, really. Um, and I'm going to show you what I mean, even though we were talking about a very serious topic. But what I want to get into today really is about the whole process. And I'm not dumb to the process. I promise you, I'm not dumb to the process. But I like to hear everybody's input on the specific process for becoming a private, basically, because that's what you're doing. Um, and I wanted to try and get people to understand that the paperwork processing for becoming a private, and some people refer to it as individual sovereign, that is no secret. It's not a secret, and it's you can talk about those things on YouTube. Nobody's coming after you. Believe me, the first thing you have to understand, because our government was taken over by foreigners, the last thing they want to do is withhold an Aboriginal from relinquishing their citizenship from the corporation. Believe me, they want you out. They want you to go and do your own thing. They always have wanted us to go and do our own thing and not be a part of their private corporation, which is designed for foreigners, for a nation of foreigners. They really do, especially, and I'm keeping emphasis on it, when it comes to the Negroes. Seriously. So, talking about and educating about how to um, get yourself from under um, U.S. corporations' control is no secret at all. And you don't got to go and run and hide, because the paperwork you fill out, you have to go to the government anyway. You literally do. You do. And that's a fact. Hey, DJ, that's truly a fact. I'm going to show you, and I showed this maybe last year or the year before last. The IRS comes out with a quarterly list of folks that have relinquished their citizenship. And that's a fact. Let me show you, for example. Let me do a share screen. This stuff is no secret. So I'm not going and hiding Okay, let me see. When we're learning this whole process, I'm not going and hiding in Zoom because you're not really hiding anything. I'm not. It's not worth it to go in Zoom to teach this to people. Like monotonous because nobody's gonna fucking shut up. It's better to teach it. Oh, damn, Chief! I didn't even know you was up there. Let me put my thing on. Yeah. Hey, Chief. I didn't even know you was up there.
I literally just came in, Sister Betty. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising, Chief. I'm a little morning buzzy bee, but I'm gonna share about a list of all the people and celebrities, Tina Turner, that have relinquished their citizenship. Because on a quarterly basis, they send out a quarterly list of all people who were formerly American citizens that have relinquished their citizenship. Have you ever seen that list, Chief?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'm going to share it really quickly because I know in a minute you're going to have to get to work because I hear the background.
Nah, all right. Yeah, something to eat.
Okay.
But
oh,
yeah,
please.
I don't know. This might be another rain then day too, Betty. I wanted to address and then talk to you about what I missed too yesterday. So I don't know. We're gonna talk about that publicly.
Oh yeah, I just said that, we had a great meeting and a lot of issues were resolved. I mean, unfortunately, you couldn't be in there because of your connection, but it turned out to be really great. It did, and a lot of issues were resolved, and I'm so happy. I'm gonna be going to Topcast channel. I already been going to everybody else channel anyway, but I'm gonna be going to everybody's channel because we're all Aboriginals and first people of this land, and I want to learn about things that I've turned my nose up to. Like I want to learn, and I apologize about the Moorish thing. You know, I want to learn because I turned my nose up to a lot of things and didn't want to give anything a chance. So I'm gonna, have a different outlook on Moorish things so I could get educated on it. Because a lot of things that I turn my nose up to is because I'm not educated. I want to learn about the Black European thing. I've turned my nose on that for a couple of years, but I've never really been educated on it. And I think that I'm doing myself a disservice if I'm not educated on something and just completely turn my nose up to it. So I want to learn. And I ask Topcats maybe one day if he could come over and teach about the Black Europeans because I'm really dumb on it. I'm dumb on shit that I turn my nose up to. So, and I want to learn. Go ahead, Chief.
Hey, was Tina Turner? I'm trying to get some sovereign citizen status correction stuff going on.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
She relinquished. Let me see. I'm about to share that right now.
Good. I want interesting to me. But I'd like to know the process and how did this work and how did this help. I also need to know what's the process to get these people hands out of our pockets. Like before they cut a check, can you stop taking?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like in all the eminent domain and all of the stuff that has happened.
Yeah.
We want restitution. We want restoration, and we want reparation. And any other Asian that is owed to us, but stop taxation us. Stop taxing us, please. Like
exactly.
Can we start there, everybody? Like, if everybody's serious about this thing called reparations, then the first thing should be not to be taxed. Period. Now, the facts are that there's other people that are living in a tax exempt status. So essentially, they're living off of us, and they have taken our statuses and taken our things. It's just really that simple, you guys. We shouldn't have to fill out all these goddamn pieces of paper to get little tricks. little codes. What do they call them? UC codes. Man, trust me, I done tried everything too. So, nah, man, I see Chris Creer in the building, DJ ZPE, Don Renee, Chief Kitchi Warrior. Shout out to the Warrior Nation, Warrior Tribe, D. Allen Warren. What's down there? Shout out to Sister Betty, Charles Robinson, Carlos X, Jermaine Kemp, Sir Drop, TV's tapped in. Shout out to Sir Drop, man.
Okay, I got it, Chief, with Tina Turner.
You got it?
Yeah. Here we
Let's see what
go.
Tina Turner up to.
So it's like Tina Turner dumps U.S. passport, becomes Swiss. Pop legend Tina Turner has renounced that she will give up her citizenship and become a citizen of Switzerland. The most interesting part of this story is that she is renouncing her U.S. citizenship, even though she was not required to. Both Switzerland and the U.S. allow dual citizenship. It was her choice to renounce, and that choice has serious costs. Turner, whose net worth likely meets the criteria to be struck with the so-called U.S. exit tax, for those with a net worth of more than $2 million. This means that upon expatriation, all of her worldwide assets will be taxed as if they were sold at fair market value, a steep price indeed. Other factors must have played a role in her decision to renounce and incur such costs when she was not otherwise forced to. Turner has not explicitly explained why she is renouncing her citizenship, nor would she be wise to, which would only attract even more scrutiny. She probably weighed the pros and cons of keeping her U.S. passport, which offer her limited benefits and immense liabilities. It probably was not tax related. Switzerland itself is a high tax environment for its citizens. Perhaps an important feature of Switzerland for her is its respect for privacy. So I don't know. You want me to keep going? You want me to keep going, Chief? Hello? Can y'all hear me? So, I don't know, probably Chief is probably busy in the background. But there is I just had this shit up. Wait a minute. That's not it. Okay, this is it. That's not it. Oh, here it is. I got it. I just didn't know which one to share. I'll just keep going until Chief comes back. But on a quarterly basis,
I'm back though.
oh damn. This on a quarterly basis, the Federal Registers refers to whether and when the former citizen's name was published by the U.S. government in one of its lists of people giving up citizenship. So they process this on a quarterly basis. And here's a list, and it comes in PDF format as well, that they give you of people who actually relinquish American citizens, born here or naturalized or born, have given up their citizenship. So this thing is no secret, especially if you're moving in a sovereign manner and being stateless on the land. They don't care. So there's no big old secret. So this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. There's a list that's processed quarterly of literally people like myself who have, if I relinquish my citizenship tomorrow, my name's going to go on that list, because to relinquish your citizenship, you have to go through the government to do so. So you're not hiding anything. So speaking about this publicly On YouTube, they don't give a fuck. Because once you relinquish your citizenship, your next step is to do the paperwork processing to become your sovereign individual, setting up your trust, and all those other different things. You're becoming a private and a corporation, blah, blah, blah. It's done every day. So I'm not going to be going in YouTube Zoom to talk about this. I don't care what nobody says. This shit is no secret at all. Although some people may think so, but everybody teaches differently. Everybody sees things differently. But me, I'm not a type of person to hide shit. If I'm going to relinquish and become sovereign as an individual, it ain't no fucking secret. Some people are just overly, like, real fucking crazy. Seriously. I mean, why? How is it a secret if the very people you're relinquishing from and from under such power, you got to go to the same fucking people to relinquish the shit? It makes no sense. Seriously. So I'm not going to no Zoom with 1,000 people. The last time we went and had a Zoom, we had over like 100-something people, and nobody would shut the fuck up. So it's better to talk about it on YouTube where you have a little bit more control on the panel to get the people to listen. So going in Zoom doing that is crazy unless you set it up professionally and do it like maybe 50 people at a time so everybody can understand the process. But the process is no secret. But go ahead, Chief.
I mean, so much so Sabethy at this point, right now, man. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Just gotta keep plugging away, y'all. Keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, as far as
we've been consistent for a lot of years, though, too. You know what I mean?
yes.
But I do gotta say though, as it pertains to what's her name? Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Whatever she got going on, well, she's always been a European leaning, you know what I mean? Like she even started having a European accent, and you know what I'm saying? So she's really have lost Anime Bullock. You know what I'm talking about? She lost that motherfucker. So that person gone. And anybody that wants to denounce their citizenship, from this great country of ours, that's on them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I whatever her reasons are, could be dumb, right? But it could be also a business decision to move on her part. You know what I mean? So I don't know all that, but it doesn't look like it's a great decision because she could have dual citizenship and still reap the benefits of not only America and all the things and all the state departments and all the places that we have around this country, around this planet. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I just think that's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
right. I ain't denouncing my damn citizenship in a country my ancestors built. Ain't no way. Some people just want to do that because they seem to be finding other benefits in it. But I'm sorry, our country is great, and I'm with you on that one. I'm not renouncing my shit. Ain't happening.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Just make it make sense. That's all.
Yeah, I do not promote it. I don't promote it. Some people do. Go ahead, to each his own. And I'm not going to knock nobody that do because they have their own personal reason as to why. But me, I'm an American.
Right.
I'm an American.
Right.
Yes.
Which she announced her citizenship, but that doesn't take away her bloodline or her, you know what I mean? So I don't know, like that's kind of weird to me, but then they also wanted to tax her on her money. You know what I mean? I thought that was kind of interesting too. They're like, well, yeah, but we want our money. You know what I mean? I thought that was all the do they get any money when those people be rendering? Is it called rendering or rendition? Or whenever they sending their money back to their countries, do they get any money off that?
I don't.
Are they taxing them?
I
I
think you
just want to
get,
know. Is it
yes,
called render?
yeah, they do. Like if you're sending money over, there's a
Percent,
fee.
yeah.
There's a fee. I think they're paying like two fees, one for processing it and taxes. Something is going out of it.
Really?
But you
I
know
don't know
what?
about that one.
Um, I I know when people like send those barrels of things, like you know how, oh, your background's loud, Chief. You know how you send those bureaus over to other countries, like if you're sending something to your family um overseas or somewhere to send them clothes and stuff like that. If you're a nonprofit, you're not taxed. I don't believe you're taxed. If you're a nonprofit and you're doing that, you're sending clothes to family members in like third world countries. I don't think you're taxed if you're a nonprofit though, when you're sending them over. I think for the most part, you're paying for the shipment of it. And if you are, I think you get to reclaim it back at the end of the year, something to that extent. But yeah, but the expatriation, there is a fee. I read that. I'm like, wow, you got to pay a fee. But for the most part, people are not, everybody's not making the amount of money Tina Turner made, you know? So it's, it's, it all depends on how much you're worth is the fee that you're going to pay to expatriate. But that accent, yeah, is crazy. That she had because ain't she from the South? Isn't Tina Turner from the South?
Yep.
Yeah, she had a Southern accent, and I don't know how she got this. I think, but you know who else was like that? Um, that Baldwin guy, and his name James Baldwin. Remember he left.
Yeah.
He got a British accent because he went over there to stay. He left. He's from Harlem, and he had a Harlem accent. And he went over. Remember, he left the United States and went to stay in London, which is where he died. He had a London accent. He gained it. So yeah, I'm like, wow. So it's like that whole process of excuse me, setting up your trust and all that shit. That ain't no big secret. People do that all the time. Seriously. I literally. There's no, you know, um your declaration of affidavit to the Secretary of State. People, let me share this. Do this shit all the time. There's no big secret in this shit, man. When you're um when you do your declassification, your declaration of affidavit to Secretary of State, getting your EIN number, that right there is raises a flag. Boing. Wait a minute. You still gonna do business. You're gonna go and get an EIN number. The UCC, you're dealing with the Secretary of State. You're creating your trust and just filling out the EIN alone when you're getting your EIN number. Literally, you're signing your name at the bottom of the goddamn paper, your real name to get that EIN. Even if you're putting, when you establish the corporation, say I establish a corporation, Bethy Talk Show Inc., right? And I'm getting an EIN number. Or even my name, Bethy, Bethy Black Inc. Now I'm a corporation. I still got to sign the goddamn document on the bottom that asks you for your name and your address. There's no secret. It's just you made yourself the corporation. So it's like you're not doing anything that a private person does on a day-to-day basis. The only thing if you're coming after Bethy Gals Inc., you're not coming after Bethy Gals the individual. You're coming after the corporation. No different. None whatsoever. There's no secret. So I'm not going to be calling people in Zoom to set up their privates and say people can say what they want. She don't know what you're talking. I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You're not going to, and I'm not a know-it-all. I'm truly not. But working in this government and processing paperwork, I know enough to say this shit ain't no secret. Because when it was being taught yesterday, I took jot notes of the specific things that you needed to do. And I'm like, all this shit is not a secret. They're all federal forms. What the fuck is the secret? If it was such a horrible secret, don't you think my channel would be striked? This government doesn't care. You're following their process. And it's civil. Me, I'm not into relinquishing my shit. Now, what I am into is being compensated for what was done to our ancestors. That I'm 100% for. Something like that, I would rather talk in a private Zoom rather than on YouTube. What do you think, Chief?
Um,
I'm all for being compensated for what was done to us, our land being taken, and all this stuff and these different race identities. I'm all for being compensated for that because I feel we deserve it.
I mean, that's a part of paper genocide. It's part of everything. Um, Once again, all the illegal activities, you know what I'm saying, the terrorism, you know, they just talk about it as if it just happened, it was a thing, get over it. What are y'all talking about? That don't even make
That
you understand what I'm saying? That don't even make sense.
yes,
Like
no,
if
it
somebody
don't.
wants to do is just the same exact thing right now, right? They would definitely have an issue with that if people came into this country and started wreaking havoc on the American people, on the citizens. You know what I'm saying, so we got to say that, but also um, paper genocide. They act like they forget about that. They killed tens of millions of on paper.
Yes, facts, Chief. Facts.
You know what I mean? Like we act like that didn't count, and these are clowns that be fighting us all the time, like the same thing. They have the same dumb talking points. But bro, this is tried and tested and like it's not even a hypothesis, it's not a theory. This is a super fact. You know what I mean? Like there has been
Yes,
we have done the experiments to come back and say, okay, well, this is a fact. This is not an experiment.
facts.
We know this has happened to us. We know this thing that this has happened. This has happened. This all match up. And that story they tell do not match up. See what I'm saying? That's the problem.
Facts.
Like I said, we
Facts.
keep turning our head away, like we're not seeing it. Like you know what I mean? We're
I'm not
looking away.
turning my head away. I am
Yeah, we're
not. I
looking
am
away.
one. Oh no, I am not turning my head away. You are absolutely right, Chief. I'm 100% for that reparations for us, restitution, reparations, all that. This is truly a crime scene. And when Ali Boomie says that, that shit is real. That's very real.
Facts.
And I'm 100% in with rectifying that issue because that's a problem. That's a problem. And we need to be going for that. We need to be getting that shit resolved. That I'm 100% for that. That's why
And
with Cali, huh?
well, I was gonna say, I gotta make a run. So you go. I don't know if Cut's about to go live, morning show or not, but it's supposed to be. And so I seen you live, and so I was like, we're gonna shut down. We right at the 12-hour mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were just gonna run into
Okay.
that show. So I'm not sure. So yes, I don't know how long you're gonna be on. No, if so I'll come back.
I'm not gonna be. It depends on how it goes in here. You know, I'm just pointing out, uh, pick, pointing out things that don't have to be such a secret. When you try to do things secretly, that's when people think that you're trying to scam and and do shit
Facts.
and stuff. Because this shit is no secret. It's not. This
That's
shit is
right.
real. So
Super
I
facts.
this shit is open to me. If it's if it's no if this is legitimate U.S. paperwork that we have to fill out, then it ain't no secret. It only becomes a secret to me is when you're a fucking scammer. So I'll be on for a little while, you know, because I'm gonna go over yesterday's segment in which I thought was just like hilarious when we was talking. I so enjoyed myself on that segment yesterday, and Bobby and Smoke and Naughty was just hilarious. Me and Sylvia was laughing uncontrollably, and I'm gonna bring up some of that segment yesterday because I'm still laughing real. I don't even have a voice from laughing so hard. Those brothers, I love them to death. They are funny and comical, and I had fun. I did, and it was all about that process, you know, for relinquishing your citizenship and becoming a private and things of that nature. So I'm gonna bring that up and just critique it with the audience.
Okay.
It's coffee talk.
Well, I'll be tuned in. Shout out to Talkie Talk. That's Greedy, right? Greedy Vegan. Talkie Talk Media. Is that what you talking
Greedy
about?
vegan, greedy vegan.
Yeah, that's his name. His new channel.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just talking about the people that was on the panel yesterday
Oh, okay.
when we
Shout out
was
to everybody,
talking.
man. Like I said, I'm gonna get up out of here. Appreciate you, Sister Betty.
Okay, Chief. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be over there when y'all go live.
Okay.
Okay,
You have a
Chief.
good day. All right, take it easy.
Okay. Yep.
Peace here.
Bye bye. So I just want everybody to understand that, in my opinion, in my years of working with the government, there's no secret regarding removing yourself from under the control of a state or federal government. That's no secret. People do it all the time. And when you feel like you have to go in hiding or behind closed doors to explain the process, it's dumb because you get there's step by step instructions for doing that. Seriously. So I'm not into the behind the scenes shit. People are either going to understand that it's a process that's natural. It's a natural process. Americans born or naturalized do this all the time and come back and by way of doing business with the corporation using my eyes keep trying. They say it's crystals. It's not that I didn't wipe my face, but crystals, allergies and shit. Airs off. People come do it all the time and come back by way of EIN number to do business with the corporation. And this thing about setting up your trust and where your name, your social security number is put in that. You can look it up on that database and you see all these different countries utilizing your social security number and that money coming into your trust account because now US no longer has control over you, the soul, you, the individual. I can honestly say that I have not seen anyone, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm not saying that. Start receiving money in their trust that belong to them. I have not seen it. No one's showed it to me that on a monthly basis or however the money is distributed once you set up your trust. I don't know if it's because they're not explaining it right or what, but I haven't seen anyone that's just like living like, hey, I'm living fat now. I'm getting my money in my trust because I took ownership of my soul and all the different choice words they're using. And it's not that I'm being arrogant and dumb and don't understand. I'm literally telling you this shit. And I just thought yesterday with Bobby and Smoke and Nadi on the channel and Chief Modizi, of all of them breaking this down. It was just so freaking funny. Me and Sylvia Jones was laughing so damn hysterically in that segment. And I'm just going to bring it up and share it because it was funny. But legitimate questions was being asked. And Nati was hilarious. He had me dying. I was on the goddamn floor. And I'm going to bring the segment up now so you can see what I was talking about. I'm going to critique yesterday's show. Oh, that's not it. Let me pull it up. I'm thinking. Okay. I'm sorry, I got it up. Let me do the share screen so I'm gonna critique yesterday's show. And now shout out to Nadi, shout out to Bobby Knight. He's hilarious. Nadi was fucking hilarious. Smoke, shout out to all them. And also shout out to nonetheless everybody. I just thought they was comical, even though they was serious. So I'm just gonna critique it. I love all them brothers, and it was just hilarious. To me, it was. Okay, let's go over the show. Do a little critiquing. In the United States and subject in the United States. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, my grandmother and my great grandmother, they were born, but they weren't citizens in the United States. All persons born or naturalized in the United States. But if we're living on our own lands, okay, if we're living on our own lands and we're not citizens, uh, even we didn't even have any fucking voting rights, okay? And so when I asked this question, the question I was asking is, all right, this 14th Amendment came out, 13, 14, and 15. It came out. But at the time it came out, we weren't citizens. So the question, I was trying to be the devil's advocate here. If you're not citizens in the corporation and they revise the Constitution to reflect the 14th Amendment, all persons born or naturalized in the United States, how can they impose this on people who are not citizens of the corporation? And I couldn't seem to get that answer. If you're a separate corporation and you're revising your constitution, okay, the Constitution never applied to people who were not citizens, such as our ancestors that were in the South in 1866. We weren't citizens. And at the time this Constitution was made and created, we weren't citizens. we weren't voting. And I understand that the 14th Amendment came in, but when you're revising this Constitution, how is it applying to you? You don't have jurisdiction over people that are not part of your Constitution. And at the time of the 14th Amendment, we weren't citizens. We were supposed to have been slaves and shit, right? So if we're slaves and slavery was abolished, right? And you're not citizens, okay? So I'm trying to figure out how did the 14th Amendment apply to our people when you don't have jurisdiction to impose the 14th Amendment on them? That's what I'm trying to ask. And I guess maybe it's going to take a lawyer to see what I'm talking about. So I don't know if anybody in the chat room now sees what I was trying to ask. We were not citizens. No matter what revisions and amendments you're making to a private corporation that was established on our landmass, how can you impose it on people that wasn't in this corporation? Even though the 14th Amendment sounds good, but you still don't. How did you get the power to impose it on people that weren't part of the corporation? Is what I'm asking. You now hear me, Von, Renee? Um, so I don't know if DJ could. I mean, the link is at the top. Anyone wishing to critique this with me, that's the question I was trying to ask. And it's hard to ask someone that question that wasn't seeing where you were coming from. It's all about jurisdiction. Did this private corporation have jurisdiction to impose the 14th, 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment on people that were not in their jurisdiction? If I'm a sovereign running around on my land, this is the question I'm trying to get answered. And I'm going to keep coming back to this segment. I'm going to keep coming back to this segment. At the time, both times when they created the Constitution and when they changed the Constitution twice, at the time that they changed the Constitution twice, we weren't citizens. Well, my ancestors weren't. We're talking 1866 and 1867 and 68, around that period when the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment was put in. I'm saying we weren't citizens. Right, Renee. Exactly. And so what I was trying to ask Sister Bethy, I know what you are saying. It is about jurisdiction and cannot impose their rules, which are not law on indigenous people. Right, girlfriend. That's exactly. Hey, Smoke. Hey, anybody that want to hit the link can hit the link because I'm going to break down and finally ask what I was trying to ask. Because even in the courts, lawyers pull this shit all the time, whether it's an opposing or, and if it's two parties in a case, and a lawyer's going to say, well, wait a minute, you're indigenous. This didn't apply to you. You were not citizens in our foreign corporation. So the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment did not apply to you. Unless somehow you became a citizen. But in the 1800s, in 1866, 67, or whenever they ratified this Constitution, there were no fucking birth certificates. Now, I mean, can somebody come up? We need to talk about this because I'd be damned. I want my questions answered, which I was trying to ask, and we couldn't get to the questions that I was asking because Bobby and Smoke and Nazi was so goddamn funny. Oh God, I know Sylvia. When she sees this segment, she gonna start busting out laughing because me and her was on that panel and we stayed quiet while they was dialoguing together. Even though it may have seemed like they were fighting, they really weren't. That's just how brothers and Negroes communicate with each other. It's like sitting at the table with your dad and he's getting on his sons at the table and you think they fight, but they're not. It's just the bullshit talk. But anyway, I really want somebody that understands law and how it goes. You don't got to be a lawyer. But what Jan Renee just spelled out, yo, you're not a citizen. We were not citizens in 1866, 1867. We weren't citizens. There were no birth certificates in 1866 that made us citizens. And we damn sure wasn't voting. So how can the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment apply to us? What made it apply to us? That's the question. Me, that shit only applied to foreigners. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm wondering what people don't understand. This shit didn't apply to us. And that's what the problem is. Now, if you came in a corporation under a fake name or identity, if you came in as a foreigner, yes, it applied to you. Negro, colored, black. Did it apply to you? A fake, fictitious identity, it applied to you. But at that time, we were not citizens. Facts, Bobby. Now under the corporation, under the fake identity as Negroes, Indians, colored, black, African American, yeah, shit apply to us. But when we renounce citizenship, you're renouncing citizenship as a Negro, a colored, a black, an African American. When you renounce that, I'm thinking, here's my thought. Okay. When you renounce as Negro, colored, black, mulatto, African, all these fake identities, right? You're relinquishing that. You're not relinquishing the indigenous Indian. Now do you see what I'm talking about? Because once you do that, now you're back to who the fuck you really are. It's the fake you and it's the real you. Is what I'm saying. And I'm just wondering if people get this. The fake you is under the corporation. The real you is when you ain't in it. We went in the corporation in a mask because we had to make ourselves aliens. We had to be fake people in order for the 13th, 14th Amendment to apply. The real you, once you relinquish all those fake identities, Negro, color, black, African American, and all that shit, now who are you? The fake you is not in the corporation no more. You're now standing back to where you were, and you're looking at this corporation that's built on your land. You can't be you can't be deported because you've been living under a fake being for years and years and years. You've been living under a fake being for years in the corporation. You've been in their established corporations for years under fake identities. Even in church, when you shouting as a Negro, not an Aboriginal. You got baptized under a fake ass identity. When you came from under the water, living a new life, that whole ceremony and church, and people need to see this shit. That whole baptism ceremony is what made you who you are today under the fake identities. When you're baptized, when you got baptized, you went under the water and then you came up saved. You psychologically, our people didn't know what was going on. When you went under the water, when you were baptized, and I hope one day this wake up our church folk. When you went under that water, this is a straight up ceremony to erase your past and your old way of life. This is what did it for you. All right. You coming into church and it was done to you as a little kid. Some got to it as an adult when they were baptized. But when you went under the water, and you came up, you're saved. No remembrance of the past. All the old ways you lived is erased. This is the new way of life that you're going to live, a Christian life. Now, everything in this corporation, you're eligible for. Because you're not the Indian no more. You're not practicing your old culture anymore. You're not doing what you used to do in the past. This is the new baptize you. You are reborn. You're reborn. You're reborn. The talk of Indian is no more. The talk of Aboriginal is no more. You're now living a Christian life, the way of the foreign corporation. You are part of the union now. You're not part of your Aboriginal tribe anymore. Again, I don't care what nobody say until this question is answered. You're a foreign corporation. I'm an Indian sitting out in 1860, 1865. I'm an Aboriginal just sitting back, and this corporation is building. And they decided to throw in a 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. I'm still on the outside. I'm not a citizen, so it cannot apply to me. It applies to foreigners. I'm a foreigner to the corporation. No, the fuck I'm not. I am a foreigner in some aspects to the corporation, but I'm the Indian not taxed. Now do you get it? But if I come in there under Negro and colored, I'm a foreigner. But if I relinquish all of that, if I relinquish my citizenship and my race identity and all that, you kill that. You killing all that. Once you do that, I can't be deported nowhere because this is my land. I'm back to who I was. Reality check. In their constitution, I'm Indian, not taxed. That's what I become when I relinquish all them fake ass, fictitious names I was given. Colored, Negro, Black, Bethy, who is a Negro. That's all fake. But when I relinquish all that, when I relinquish it with this paperwork that I'm filling out, now I'm the Indian, not taxed. Because you can't tax me on my land. Now, if you deny me that I'm the Indian, not taxed, when I don't pay my taxes, you take me to jail. And because I already done relinquished all that fake name shit. I relinquished all that Negro, color, Black, African American. I relinquished all that shit. Now I don't pay taxes and you take me to jail. You took me to jail. Why am I going to jail? You didn't pay your taxes. Really? I'm Indian, not taxed. It's not my burden to prove that I'm not Indian, not taxed. It's their burden. It's not my burden. Now do you understand what I'm saying? Because I done relinquished all them fake ass names that you gave me from birth and shit. And those classifications you gave me. I know I got baptized, but I relinquished that shit too. All that comes with the relinquishment. The baptism, the new life, the trickery that it came with, and all that shit is relinquished. Now I'm back to Indian, not taxed. I'm back to who I really am. Why y'all motherfuckers was creating this criminal organization. That's what I was trying to ask yesterday. Like, wait a minute, something's not right because it just didn't sit right with me yesterday. It didn't sit right. I'm like, all right, I know I have to get out my head that I'm not part of this corporation in 1800, 1810, 1820, 1830. As a fake classified Negro, colored, Black, I am. But when I relinquish that shit, I'm not. So 1810, nope, not a citizen of the U.S. 1820, nope, not a citizen of U.S. 1830, Indian Removal Act. Wait a minute. 1830, Indian Removal Act. You only removed coloreds. You're in violation. You removed colors. They removed you. And the way they were able to do it, because you were fake people, identified as fake people, Indian colored Negro on Indian land. So that's why you're not the Indian, because you saying you Bethy the Negro, classified as Bethy the Negro, Bethy the colored, Bethy the mulatto, Bethy the, well, I'll be goddamn. This is why we removing y'all asses, because y'all fake people on Indian land, and you're living on Indian land because we were under fake classifications. I'll be fucking goddamn. And we're gonna kill you if you don't you get off this fucking land. You got 24 hours to get off of this Indian land. I am the Indian. No, you ain't. You colored. You Negro. You black. I've been living here for thousands of years. No, you didn't. You colored. You Negro. You black. And you African American now. So, no, you're not Indian. And you're on Indian land right now. So get off of it. As I'm going to burn your house out. I'm going to burn you out. Get out. I am the Indian. You go in court. Where were you born? I was born in St. Vincent's Hospital. Arrest this bitch. Because she's under a fake identity. They classified you under fake identity. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh. So now I get it. God damn it. I got to relinquish black, colored, Negro, and African American. I got to relinquish that shit. Now I'm the Indian. I'm back, bitches. Tell me you don't get it now. Could you give me some fire if you now understand that? That's what I was talking about. I've been trying to figure out the thing the whole fucking time. I got to relinquish black, colored, African American, all these fake identities. Because no wonder they could push me off the fucking land in 1830. Because I'm saying I'm Negro and colored and black. Everything but the Indian. I got to relinquish that shit. You're colored. Get off this Indian land. You ain't no fucking Indian. Get out. You got 24 hours. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me put the picture with the problem. Leave this town right now. Niggers, colors, blacks. You ain't any. We got suckered into being these fake, fictitious racial identities. Get off Indian land. You ain't no goddamn Indian. Get your ass out. Do you get it now? Please give me a 1 if you now get it. Because I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right. What is doing this to us? You ain't no damn Indian. You a Negro. You a colored. You a black. You wasn't who you were. So what needs to be relinquished is the fake identity that was imposed on you because it's a trick. It's the fucking trickery. The government, we're protecting this Indian land. And you're a Negro. You're not an Indian. Get your ass off this land. Falsely living on Indian territory. Get out. You see the trickery in that shit? If you can't see it, that's the nature of the beast. The crafty, subtle trickery and what was done. I'm like, I don't understand. I am Indian. No, you ain't. Nigger. You a nigger. Get off the land. You got. I'm the federal government. You ain't no Indian. Always trickery. You got to relinquish the fake identity. I need a little break. The relinquishment is to relinquish the fake identity. You a Negro living on this land. You ain't no damn Indian. No, I'm not. I'm the Indian. I'm still the same person. They just classify me as Negro on color, but I'm still the Indian. No, you ain't. You a Negro. Get off this Indian land. When you relinquishment, you then become the Indian again. That was the trick. I mean, when you relinquish colored, Negro, Black, and African American, what do you become? What are you now? Something's not right with this Constitution, man. I don't, how the hell I'm gonna fit in here? You got to relinquish the fictitious identities you received. Because then when you relinquish it, then Indian, not tax, applies to you. Because now all that shit's relinquished and gone. Now, who are you? Who are you? Who are you now? I'm going to give y'all a minute. And I'm going to take a little break. A little water break. And I'll be right back to go back in this, because I'm not going to stop until people wake up and see what I'm talking about, until it hit them and say, oh. So give me a minute, y'all. Give me a little minute.
Ooh, paradise. that's how I'ma feel. But I don't wanna go if you ain't with me. Let's make a home, be all alone. So tell me, baby, where would you like to go? Maybe we'll drive from coast to coast, only to where we love the most. I'm taking you to paradise, paradise. You know where we're going tonight, going tonight. Paradise, paradise. I'm taking you to paradise, paradise. I don't even care about the price, care about the price, yeah. Paradise, paradise. I'm taking you. Let's see the sun and have some fun. I'm so tired of living life in gray, babe. And you deserve to see the world. So tell me, baby, where would you like to go? Maybe we'll drive from coast to coast, only to where we love the most. I'm taking you to paradise, paradise. You know where we're going tonight, going tonight. Paradise, paradise. I'm taking you to paradise, paradise. I don't even care about the price, care about the price, yeah. Paradise, paradise. I'm taking you. Come and take a seat next to me, babe. Let this pretty view take your breath away. Baby, we deserve a break from our old ways. Anywhere's home when you're with me. Come and take a seat next to me, babe. Let this pretty view take your breath away. Baby, we deserve a break from our old ways. Cause I'm taking you to paradise, paradise. You know where we're going tonight, going tonight. Paradise, paradise. I'm taking you to paradise, paradise. I don't even care about the price, care about the price, yeah. Paradise, paradise. I'm taking you, paradise. Let's fly away, just you and me. I need a little break from the city. It's been so long
All right,
since
now.
we've been gone.
Get back here.
I wanna feel that's how I'ma feel, but I don't wanna go if you ain't with me. Let's make a home, be all alone.
Hope you.
So tell me, baby, where would you like to go? Maybe we'll drive from coast to coast, only to where we love the most.
Okay, here we go. So, let me see. I had to read some of these messages that y'all got in the chat because some of y'all too shy. Look, you can bring your stanky breath up on the panel. You ain't got to turn your camera on. We know you got stinking breath. You ain't brushed. Oh, you're like Jesse, aka Four Cutter Hustler. I'm just gonna put him up. Read some of these comments. Let me go back a little bit. Necessary DJ. That's what. Let me see. Yep, that what they educated us to be, a person, Negro, colored, black, and now yes, and what needs to be relinquished is the fake identity. That's why they was able to pull off what they pulled off, because basically you became a squatter on Indian land. When you became colored, Negro, black, and all this shit, you weren't the Indian no more. You became that in their corporation, and therefore you a fake squatter that shouldn't be on this Indian land when you are the Indian. They burned down our towns and stole the land and dammed the water. Yeah, necessarily a liar, but he is a Cretan. Therefore, they may not accept the statement that all Cretans are liars and so on. John Tooney, great read. Everybody's understanding this now. It is the Mississippian D. Allen Warren salutes. Oh, okay. Everyone says 1988 Jesse and Addo American thing, but I believe earlier a seven had a life-changing accident. I know my age then, and I was a teen, close to 20. Yep, I was in 88. I was 4 years out of high school. Like, all right, us, prisoners of war, Legend Naga Charlie. You know what, Lex? You don't start your little stinking stuff. I'm gonna beat your butt. Let's see. I stood there dumbfounded. Energy hit in chest. I did not agree to this. I always crossed it out and never caught myself that 100%. Yeah, because I kept looking, and look, I'm like, something's not right. How were they able to do this? How did we not become who we originally were? How did we become not the original farm owners of our lands? Something's not right. Where did the trickery start? And it was the whole thing was the church's job was to get us to understand our new identities and our new lives. And they didn't do a very good job, probably because they didn't understand. That was the church's job. Get them to learn the new way of Christian life. They have the new race identities. Because prior to the church being established, we were who we were. Hey, the mom. And I just kept saying, I don't understand. Something's not right. I was like, I don't understand this. How were they able to like pull this off? The whole church thing and having our parents or great grandparents start going to Sunday school. We didn't see this shit coming. We didn't see it. And I'm like, what is the trickery? Okay, what is the role? I'm looking, okay, what is the role of state? What is the role of church? And now I'm like, oh, this is how they're able to do it. We're just like squatters that not supposed to be on this land. We became squatters on our own land. I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute. Something ain't right. Because they didn't have no damn birth certificates. So how is it that the federal government deceitfully, knowing we are who we are, how is it that they came in and did what they did? Because all the Indians died and the control is now going to go over the federal government to take over the land because all the Indians died. They're extinguished and we're putting their land in the trust and all of you died because you're black, colored, Negro, African, you're not the Indian no more. Yeah, we got the Constitution that says Indian not taxed, but shit, all of them dead now. Oh no, we got to relinquish our fake race fictitious names. How did you get a fictitious name in the 1800s? How? How did I get a fictitious name in the fucking in the 1800s? How did I get that fictitious identity? Because, Sister Bethy, the church is a nonprofit. You got baptized and you became a member of the church who reports their membership fucking government because there was no birth certificates. I was reborn. I got baptized in the church. Oh shit, a new birth. Yo. Even though I'm 40 years old, I'm reborn again. A new birth took place. Ah! So now you mean I got to send letters to church and tell them I ain't no member of your congregation no fucking more. Did you know what you was doing to us? You made us new babies. We knew babies when we came out the water. We knew babies. This old matrix shit. You born me again. I'm reborn. Y'all had a lot of new births in church. The church membership rose. Sending you a letter, Pastor. I'm relinquishing my membership. Take me off your damn membership roll. You made me a new. You made me a new baby. I came out of a new birth canal. I only came out of one canal. That's my mama's. Start them off in little school. Put the little church on the land. Put the church on the farm. Go to Sunday school. Now you're going to get baptized. Okay. And everybody's crowded around. Do you notice that when people get baptized, something new going to be done? We're going to wash away your old ways. You a new baby. But you don't understand all the fucking logic behind that. You're a brand new baby. You're born again. All over again. When you come up out of the water, because you came out, you know how you come out your mama's water after the water bursts? You fucking dirty dogs. You dirty dogs. And we so naive as Indians. We always have been, and we still are, and we don't get it. All these religions have a ceremony. But the ceremony behind it, what it's named, baptism, is real deep, fine language that you don't fucking understand. And just I'm sitting here and watching this old ass fucking movie in my head. This old ass movie. You know, the kind with no sounds and like the old days, no sound. You just see the movie in your head. And you're sitting in your house and it just make you want to cry when you're watching a movie. And these governments and these militia from local towns, you got 24 hours to get the fuck out. You're on Indian land. This is my land. I've been here. No, you got a new identity. I don't know who the fuck that is. All the Indians are dead. This land is hereby being seized by the United States federal militia government. You ain't. You got baptized in the name of Jesus. You're reborn. You're a Christian now. Get off this land. You got 24 hours. That's how I burn it out. This land is in the control of the government because all the Indians done died. No, I've been on this land over my family. This is our house. No, it ain't. Get out. It ain't your house. You a nigga. You a colored. You a black. This ain't your land. This is Indian land, and it's being held by the government. You're on Indian land. Get your ass off of this Indian land, nigga. No, I am. You got reborn in church. You a Negro. You a colored. You're a new entity now because the church records got you listed. When you got baptized, you're reborn again. All the Indians dead. Get out. You seen the church rose? You was born. It was a ceremony that took place. You're born Christian. You be mighty fine, Christian. What needs to be relinquished is the fake race identity that was fraudulently given to you by way of ceremony in the church, and which was after you were reborn, you were able to become a citizen under that new race identity where they can impose these actions on you. What needs now, when you're relinquishing your citizenship as the Negro, the colored, the black, and the African American, you're relinquishing that fake citizenship. But as the Indian, you have dual citizenship. They had to make you the fake person, so you couldn't have you couldn't have dual citizenship. The Indian tax would have been you had you not come in under a fake race identity. I open up the panel. This is a lot to digest. A lot to digest. It all you're relinquishing is Negro, colored, black, African American. Once that's relinquished, you're now the Indian. Had you been in, you would have never been removed from your land. For all they know, you were an imposter on Indian land that needed to get the fuck off. There was a complaint to the federal government that squatters and fake people were living in all up on Indian land. Oh, there they are. Those damn Negroes, those coloreds, those blacks, and those mulattoes. Get them the hell off the Indian land. I've been here all my life. No, you wasn't. You're a Negro, you're a colored, you're a black. That got to be relinquished. That right there tells you that our ancestors didn't see that shit coming and didn't know what the hell they was doing. Now, what I want to know, I really want your opinion. Tell me where I'm wrong at. I want to know. We're dialoguing. But this is what I see that happened. The link is pinned. Excuse me. The link is pinned to the top. This is what I was trying to ask Nadi and Sister Soul, which unfortunately she won't be in this channel anymore. But this is what I was trying to ask them, and I couldn't get it out. I couldn't explain it right. I wasn't using the right choice words. So I have to play the movie out that's in my head. When you relinquish your fake citizenship, you become the Indian. That's who you are. That's why, when you hear those memes, man, if these niggas find out what we did to them, ooh, they gonna be mad. A lot of white people say this all the time. Man, if they find out what the fuck we did. But what you have to understand, white people today, they know what their ancestors did in the past. They knew it was wrong. They know this. And it's not like a lot of them are living and walking around just saying, ha, ha, that's what my ancestors did to you, you son of a bitch. That's not true. A lot of them do not feel that way. And a lot of them are still wondering, why have they not received reparations? A lot of them are like, I am so against what they did to the Indians. You hear a lot of white people say that are descendants of the culprits. You hear a lot of them say, I am so against. A lot of elderly white people say that. I am so against what they did to the Indians. When they're talking about you. I just do not promote that. I think it was wrong what they did to the Indians. Because they know what was done to us. We just didn't know. Because we're still a naive and gullible people that have never been in the corporate communication and understanding. We didn't know. Corporate language is a whole nother fucking language to be interpreted. Can't no 12-year-old pregnant girl interpret this kind of shit. Wait, let's add more emphasis. No 12, 13, 14-year-old pregnant girl on her third fucking child with no education beyond 8th, fucking 4th, 5th grade gonna be able to interpret this corporate language that was done to them. They don't know. All they know is to innocently believe in pastor when they go to church. Because pastor's the motherfucker who married these 12 and 13-year-old, 14-year-old girl with these old ass 30-year-old men back in them days, having 16 kids, 17 kids. Facts. If they ever find out what we did to them, they'll kill every last one of you politicians and lawyers and bankers. Facts. This is shit Pookie and Ray Ray don't know. So the best way to keep Pookie and Ray Ray from knowing, oh God, please start the Pan-African movement. So you got your Reggies and your fucking foreign Jabaris keeping this shit. keeping the shit. Because if you really look at some Pan Africans, the motherfuckers are Pookies and Ray Rays. Yeah, I'm African proud. When you right, Copper Aborigines, you got to keep Pookie thinking he a fucking African from Africa. Because if that African American that's rocking the dashiki, who is AKA Pookie under that motherfucking dashiki, that motherfucker find this shit out, he gonna pick Jabari ass up like this, and his Jabari feet not gonna be touching the motherfucking ground. I'm serious. Pookie gonna be holding him like this, especially that motherfucker that got out of prison wearing the dashiki, and that's built up from eating all them fucking tomatoes and oodles and noodles, and he find this shit out. Little Jabari's old puny ass, he gonna be dingling like this with his little feet dingling and shit. So yeah, Pookie and Ray Ray can't find this shit out, y'all. Y'all got to keep them as African. Get him all the dashikis he wants, every fucking color. You ain't even got to make him red, yellow, and green. Just give it to him. That's the motherfucker that you got to watch out for, Jabari. Not us Aboriginals in the Aboriginal and American Indian community. We not the ones that y'all motherfuckers need to be threatened, feared of. It's the Pookie and Ray Rays and them motherfucking dashikis that y'all holding down with this fake ass African story. You got to watch out. That's the Pookie you got to watch out for. And guess what? Them Betty Jean sons that came out of jail and put them damn dashikis on, and they find out this truth, you in trouble, Jabari. Y'all motherfuckers better run back. Look, I ain't lying. Betty Jean know her sons. Y'all into this King James shit. Y'all into this King James shit where the women need to be quiet and shut her damn mouth. But I tell you one thing, as soon as Pookie and Ray Ray wearing them fucking dashikis find out this about their history, you gonna need Betty Jane and Betty Sue and Lula Mae to come and get her fucking sons off your ass. You gonna be screaming for her ass. You gonna forget all about what the King James Bible say about the position of the woman in the house. You gonna be calling for Betty Jean. You, Jabari, and Garfield, you gonna be calling me, because y'all motherfuckers running around here trying to convincing our sons that they're from Africa and that this ain't their land. You got to do that because them the crazy motherfuckers y'all rocking with right now. That's wearing them dashikis. You ain't got to worry about people like me, Chief Holiday, Ab Power, Ab TV, Top Cat. You ain't got to worry about us. It's that motherfucker that you're training in the daishiki, and you got him fooled that he's African American. When that motherfucker find out what really happened to his ancestors and the real story, and when he wake up, you in trouble, Jabari. Don't call me, because I don't want to be around when that nigga break out. I don't want to be nowhere around. Kind of like that damn movie, Three the Hard Way. Nigga, you trying to set me up. Pookie and Ray Ray gonna get your ass. You in trouble. I don't give a fuck what you say, Jabari. Garfield, Pookie, and Ray Ray always take a moment of silence to listen to Big Mama when they learn this shit. Y'all motherfuckers is in trouble. See, you think you really got Pookie and Ray Ray under your control with the daishiki shaking shit. Wait till that motherfucker wake up in the morning and smell the coffee and find out the whole time he's the Indian and he been under US under a fake ass race identity. Do you notice that you really don't hear these fake $5 Indians talking about Indian not tax? Because the shit don't apply to their asses. Because they, I mean, to his credit, they did show you the goddamn video with Mr. Baldwin. You're telling such and such to fight such and such. And the Indian is you. I just went into it a little bit more deeper. James Baldwin, you're telling Tonto to fight Tonto. And the Indian is you. You're telling Tonto to fight Gary Cooper, however that went. And the Indian is you. Wait till Pookie find out, Jabari. Y'all motherfuckers got to go back to y'all drawing board. I'm serious. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around. And the sisters, too, when they find out, don't forget the daishiki Afro-wearing sisters. When they find out the fucking truth, dumb shits, they gonna look. And they from the hood, too. And the educated ones, don't forget about the educated daishiki wearing sisters and brothers. When they say, damn, we sitting up here on the motherfucking law and we fool listening to your ass starting this damn movement. And they really wake up and see what I just talked about today. Them motherfuckers is gonna have your asses deported because they know how to do it. Remember, they're the lawyers. They're the lawyers for lying. Them educated daishiki wearing sisters, when they find out, oh, it's, you know, that's when the hood gonna come out their asses finally. Them daishiki wearing educated sisters and brothers, Mr. Jabari and Garfield. Them educated daishiki wearing brothers and sisters that highly educated in these prestige colleges. When them motherfuckers find out what I just broke down, that's when you're going to see the hood come out of them. They coming for your ass. Don't forget them Betty Jean's bully kids that left the family and went off and go to college because their family don't want to do nothing and be nothing. They want to stay down low. The bougie that stepped away, they coming for your ass. Don't forget about them chicks. All of a sudden, them wigs and lace fronts is gonna come off, and they're gonna start. Oh, honey, they coming back to your ass with an afro to fuck you up. I ain't lying. The truth is coming, Jermaine. Them chicks that's rocking them blonde wigs, know damn well they wasn't born with no blonde hair, walking around in corporate office. Them bitches is coming out of them lace fronts, and they coming with cornrows to whoop your ass, Jabari, because they about to wake up and smell the coffee. They coming for you, bro. This the Sister Bethy Morning Talk Show. The link is at the top. I'm about to close out. If you don't come up and you don't have, I would like to hear your side of this segment. Smash the like button, y'all, please. Please feel free to donate to the channel. I'll put my little shit. I don't even care. Donate, Cash App, Sister Bethy. Here, whatever. You keep telling me to do this shit. Hey, y'all, I just got one thing to say. Now, y'all know Michi X, right? Beautiful. She is. I just think she's so beautiful. Y'all know, if y'all know Michi X, feel free to donate to my channel. Y'all know Michi X, right? I don't know her personally. She's so beautiful. She's so damn pretty. And she goes on and on. And, she's, what I believe, probably Pan-African. But wait till that motherfucker find out the truth. Because she mulatto too. Could you imagine her flipping the fuck out? Oh, my God. I hope the day she flips out, when she comes to learn that she's really Aboriginal of this landmass, because she's mulatto, definitely. When she find this shit out, I hope she use my channel to spaz. That motherfucker. Imagine Michi X finding that shit out the truck. I hope the day she finds out that sister find it out. Shit, yes, the copper. I am not lying. I love Michi X. I do. I ain't even gonna front. I love that girl. She don't come up for air. But when she do find this shit out and learn that this land is hers and she ain't got shit to do with Africa, I would honestly invite her to my channel so she can vamp. I want a front seat. I swear I want a front seat. Cause she already be flipping the fucking script on some of these pan boo boos. Serious. That
What's
shit.
up with it, TT?
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, what's up, TT?
Hey, y'all was off the chain. You, Nati, Smoke. That shit was hilarious.
I think we got a couple of confessions out of some people about the real ins and out of the paperwork and how it still binds you to the system.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I'm saying?
did. We
That's all, and that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted was
Yeah.
a little bit of intellectual honesty about these processes, and you know what I'm saying, explaining how other things can be just as I guess stress relieving, or you know what I'm saying, in attempts to give you some type of recompensation for whatever the individual need to do. We talking about a group concept. That's something that we got to sit down as a big ass collective, sign petitions, treaties, things like that. I get that. When you talking about as far as the individual go, it's a myriad of options in order to give yourself recompensation within this system. But
yeah.
the key part is within this system. I don't know, I don't know how you gonna do it without this system. And I ain't saying that I don't know how you're gonna do it without this system, but I don't know how you're gonna separate yourself from the system and then tell the system that they need to do something from you. You know what I'm saying? While being separated. I don't think it quite honestly worked like that. I think the brothers who was up here yesterday kind of expressed that. And moving forward, I would hope that anybody that's kind of pushing paperwork, you know, would kind of just, you know, be a little bit more honest on the upfront. You know what I mean? I go at a lot of people. Sister Bethy, I done said stuff about Sister Betty before, but one thing I've always said, she's as honest as she can be about that paperwork. She put everything out there. She show you where she get it from, and she say, "Hey, look, this what I'm doing. It ain't no different from this. I actually work for these people and all." And folks still come shooting. Then after they shoot and show their hand, it's like, well, wait a minute. This kind of the same stuff Sister Betty was talking about. Oops. Oops. I don't know,
Because a
man.
lot of our people don't understand. And I just got a kick out of the show yesterday. But me and Sylvia Jones was laughing so hysterically we couldn't even compose ourselves. I remained quiet and just let y'all take it. And you Smoke and Nati had me on the motherfucking floor. He was like, because you didn't don't give the baby a name in the hospital. That's when I fell out the chair. And I know at that point Nati was tired because he kept explaining it over and over and over again, trying to explain it, but it wasn't getting understood. And when I don't know if he came out at the wrong time when he said, don't tell the nurse you don't get the baby no name.
Don't get a
It's just
baby
the
a
way
name.
he was explaining it. It was just so funny, but I know what he meant. But the way it came out, because he was tired, because he was
No,
kept
but
trying
Sister
to
Betty, I
explain.
think I knew what he meant. The thing
Yeah.
again, the thing that I got out the brothers, that if those who had ears listen, is that I wanted the intellectual honesty of, yes, you cannot name the baby, you cannot do this or that. But once it come time for you want to do business, any type of business, to make one single, whether you consider it fiat currency in this system, you're gonna have to find some type of way to create a straw man, some type of business, something like that's all. That's what they
Yeah.
admitted, and that's all I was trying to say. You know what I
It's
mean?
the
So
same thing.
within that paradigm, all I was asking was that what's the real benefit in doing the separation, the paperwork way y'all trying to say, versus doing the LLC, versus doing it Sister Betty way, versus doing this.
Yeah.
Like that's all I'm saying. Benefits versus pros and cons. If you
Right.
like, if I weigh it up, then your teacher tell you that back in the day. Put pros and cons on the top of the page. Write down your pros. Write down your cons. Whichever list got the most, did you know what to do after that point? That's all I was trying to do. Make it as simple as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. So in the background, I was typing. I was like, you need this. I was like, if you take away these two things, I still got it up. Yeah, let me do a damn share screen. I was like, I was dying. I absolutely, Nadi had me on the goddamn floor, man. I was dying, man. It was so funny. But here it is right here. If you take away the two things, this and the passport, you're just creating a fucking corporation, whether it's an LLC, a nonprofit, anything. These are the same forms and these are the same process. You creating your trust. Okay, you open up your bank account. It's the same thing. And I'm like, I'm not seeing anything different. But what gave the red flag is, all right, you relinquishing everything, but now you're coming back as you still need to get an assigned number. You're still dealing with the government to do business. I'm like, okay, this is what private sector people do all the time.
All the time.
If you take away the declaration of affidavit, right, this becomes the fucking bylaws of your corporation.
right.
So
and then
it's
I
really
want
the
to say
same
this too.
thing.
TT Betty. Now, now let me ask you this. You literally today can, if we saying that your name is the straw man, what these people do in the private sector will be considered double straw man, because they literally, like somebody like Donald Trump. Donald Trump, by for people who don't know, the name Donald Trump is a corporation as he controls it. You know what I mean? So as he controls it, when he say Donald J. Trump, or when it just say Trump, or when it say Trump Towers or Trump, those are all different entities of one man.
Right.
And he stepped in
when
and
he
out
ran
of those
for president,
entities. Right.
He ran under his government
Of his
identity.
government name. Donald Trump.
But sometimes people really don't know how to explain it. And with Nazi, him English, some our dialogue is different from his. And but he was right in what he was teaching. It was just so funny the way it was coming out. I was laughing so hard. He knew I wasn't laughing at him, but what he was saying. And then Smoke coming. It was just
It
so
was
funny.
absolutely hilarious.
And y'all had me on the floor.
I
gave
think
up
with
at
the
that time.
OGs, with the OG Naughty, they take everything that's a challenge to their information as disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a challenging person, Sister Betty.
Right.
And a lot of times people take me as being disrespectful only because I challenge what you putting out there. It's been
But
plenty
Smoke
of
do
times
the same thing too.
Smoke, but they don't consider him disrespectful. And I believe the reason why they probably won't consider Smoke as disrespectful as me, and this ain't me saying Smoke ain't as intelligent as me, but Smoke be coming with straight smoke. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he don't
A
play
lot
around.
of times the questions
very
that I ask
intelligent.
is kind
Don't
of
sleep
yeah.
there.
No, Smoke intelligent is no. I'm saying he
Intelligent as
intelligent.
hell.
No, I'm not. That's why I said I don't want to say it like he not intelligent, but I'm saying he come with the smoke. He come with the fire. You did what I mean? And a lot of
Yep.
times I feel like it's certain questions that I may ask that might rub people wrong because it may seem I play an ignorant nigga on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I play dumb. I'm the spook who sat by the door. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, if y'all understand, it's kind of like a baiting tactic to get you to think that I don't know what I mean. Then when I ask you a certain question pertaining to it, it'll kind of throw you off, which is all I want the brother to admit is that you really can't get away from this system, which is what Sister Betty been trying to tell us from the beginning. For all the people who yell like, "Oh, we need to burn the system" and all that, you've been since the beginning, Sister Betty. You've been saying we got to find a way to work within this system because I don't see a real way to get away from it. Now, all these people keep saying, "Well, you take control of the straw man, and then you do." All I kept asking was, "Do that separate you from the system?"
And
the overwhelming answer is no. And it burns them because out of all the talking, look, I don't want to step on nobody's money, but hey, you ain't got to pay nobody in the back room to go $150 just go get you an LLC.
I remember that day.
I think that's really what it's all about, like, Sister Betty.
No, I ain't closing no goddamn back doors. And then the next day I made a video with the guy peeking in the back.
Right, with the dude peeking through the window. The back room paperwork, people. I ain't mad at you, but I know I'm stepping on your money hustle. Look, TT Betty, I'm a certified tax accountant. Been one for well over a decade. I'm the same person that watched the decline of Hewlett Packard and all these Liberty Tax businesses. I watch them literally go.
Packard.
No, they were raping our community, right?
Yeah.
And I was and literally I got fired from my job at Liberty Tax because what I would do.
You work for Liberty Tax?
Yeah, I work for Hewlett Packard, then I work for Liberty Tax. But that's why I got fired because I couldn't stand them. So what happened was what I was doing to get fired was, let's say you work for McDonald's or like you was just a sister that had, babies or whatever. You know what I mean? You had just a simple W-2, which is like a 10-minute process for me, right? If you had a simple W-2, what I would do is I would come in, I would walk you through the process, I would show you the process, right? I'll turn my computer around and say, hey, this how much you getting back. This how much we as Liberty Tax go charge you, about $350, $400. Am I lying, Sister Betty?
No, you are not.
Hold on, look. I say this how much we finna charge you as Liberty Tax, $300-$400 on your $4,000-$5,000 you getting back. Now, what I would do is say, now look, check this out, sis. Come talk to me. Here go this site, Free Tax USA. Go to Free Tax USA, take your W-2, follow the same steps, and you can file your W-2 for free. And when you get your W-2 back, take $50 out of that, file your state taxes. It'll walk you through it step by step, sis. This is what I did with anybody who has simple W-2s, right?
Right.
Because my thing was this: I can't charge niggas in the hood $400 for some shit that could be done for free in less than $50. You dig what I'm saying? This
I
is the skit.
dig
This is
what
the
you're saying.
paperwork. This is the paperwork scam. So I'm saying I've always been this type of person. That doing that cost me my job, and I didn't give a fuck
Yep.
about it because I'm like, y'all
Yep.
charging people 400. Guess what?
See?
You think that Liberty tax is still there, Sister Betty? You think them Hewlett Packards and all them places are still, all them businesses are shut down because within
Yep.
a matter of 3-4 years, most of the community and people figured out I can go right on the internet. These folks been charging me $500 fucking dollars to do
Yep.
simple W-2s that I can
Yep.
do for free.
That's a
And this
fact.
is all I'm saying about these forms. And
Yep.
like shit like that kind of get me charged up because it's like I've seen how that can turn into kind of like a, you know, a trick of, hey, give me your $300 so I can go show you how to do it. It's like, wait a minute, I'm giving you $300 to go do to download $10 worth of paperwork.
And see what, by you doing that, Bobby, that's a prime example of what I'm trying to tell people is that because they can't drag you in with them, you are a prime example. Like the shit that these corporations want you to do, you have to be able to harm your people and deceive your people. You have
That's
to
a
be able to
fact.
do that. If you can't do it, then you got to go.
You gotta go.
And this is the shit that I'm talking about. This is why I didn't make it so high up outside of my corporate scale, because I cannot live with harming our people. And that is a prime example of fucking over your people when you're in corporate management. Shit I refuse to do. If I could say, yo, let's just like you, man, don't pay this shit. That corporate, excuse me, you're a manager. I put you in a position to do this. I don't have a problem turning around saying, fuck you, bye. I do this shit out my home and help people. I'll just go and show them. That's why I say it's our job to help our people, not foreigners' jobs. What Bobby did is a prime example of helping our people and educating them. And he educated them simple, such and such. You work at Burger King. Here's how you go online and do this shit. It's up to us to teach our people that
fucking
kind of
fact.
stuff. Because the foreigner is not going to do it. This is why I keep saying it's up to us to teach our community, not foreign people. They're already teaching their nice, beautiful community and their children. We got to do that. And that's what Bobby did. So I'm telling you, when I show you the process of relinquishment and that, I'm showing you in a way I know, in a way it's not harmful. And I'm also letting you know that it's not a fucking secret. When you're relinquish what you want to relinquish, I'm telling you what you want to relinquish. You want to relinquish the fake identity that they gave you. If they, because Bobby, I was sitting here for so long trying to figure this shit out. I'm looking at the Constitution and I'm looking at all the years that they were revised, Bobby. And I'm like, something's not fucking right. You can't, we ain't citizens in 1800, 1810, 1820, 1830, 1840, 1850, 1860. We're not citizens. So I'm like, there was no fucking birth certificates. What needs to be relinquished? And I said, oh, the fake race identities need to be relinquished. Black, African American, colored, Negro. If you relinquish that, then, because when the Constitution was being made, it was being made in conjunction with the Indians. That's why they have that clause, Indian not tax, in there, because they had to be talking with the Indians to get that in there. But now who's the Indians? Where the fuck are they? They're dead. They're Black, African American, colored, Negro, mulatto.
That's why they keep saying that they did.
Right. That's what you got to relinquish. If you relinquish that, you're not relinquishing your citizenship. You're just relinquishing you're killing the foreign corporation. You're killing it. You're really, all right, I'm not Black, colored, Negro. That's what you want to relinquish. Now, You're the Indian, not taxed. There it is, right there.
And the straw man don't even have to move within those black color coded
You ain't
status.
gotta have no straw man. What you need straw man for?
Right,
You're the
what you
fucking
need,
Indian.
right? What do you need the straw? Right. Now listen, Sister Betty. This is why I kept asking them, like, you telling me my sons who are not born within a status have to go then give themselves back up to the status and not just say, hey, I'm an Indian, I'm a whoever I am from this point, and move forward with that. They just can't move forward as an entity. You have to be a fake person operating within it. Within what, like you said, why all these clauses written in for these weird Indian people that's just dead now and don't exist no more, supposedly, and not like they made sure that they wrote everything in for them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Out because I was like, okay. Sister So is saying birth certificate, Nadia is saying birth certificate. And I wasn't making fun of him. I was laughing at the way it was coming. At that point, Sister So went back in the chat room, or she fell off. I didn't kick her off. She just went off. But when Nadia and y'all was up there, I was laughing so hysterically because it was just funny. And Nadia was yelling and he kept rising with his accent. I was just laughing. It was funny. But Brother Man is very intelligent. I'm not taking it. You cannot take that from Nadia. He's been in this community for years.
No, I wouldn't.
And I like Nadia. He's funny. He's funny. Spoke funny and you funny. So me and Sylvia at that point, we just gave up and we were just laughing at y'all's whole conversation. But when all these months and couple of years, I kept saying, how did it happen? Because there were no birth certificates in the 1800s, 1810, 20, 30. There was none. And that was only something that was done in the corporation, the issuance of birth certificates. That was a state law or policy in the corporation. And I'm like, something's not right. How did we become citizens in the fucking 1830s and 20s? What did it? And it dawned on me the fucking new baptism. You were a reborn baby from the church. And they got their church memberships. So the church is the nonprofit that's connected with the corporation and all its membership. Now I'm like, oh my God. You're Negroes in the church. You're reborn. They reborn. You went back under the water. That was a ceremony to become these fake ass people. And I said, oh my God, I got it now. It took a long, hard prayer, studying law, ancestors sleep. I'm like, how did
churches corporation, correct, sister?
Yes, they're
okay. Let's go there.
And then they got their membership rolls.
They got
formerly
their
set up.
rolls.
It was tribes formerly.
Hold on, Sister Betty. Don't you know my mama? You know, shout out to my mama, but she be big into that church shit. And you know, I do taxes for the whole family. So everybody send me their taxes at the end of the year because I'm the trustworthy one. I'm the one that everybody know. I'm not gonna fuck you over like Hewlett Packard. You can send your shit to me, cousin Bobby. Go make sure your shit straight, right? So my mama sends me her taxes, and within it, for the first time, is a tax sheet from the church. And I say, Mama, what the fuck is this? Do you know churches? Do you know churches now? For the past, I believe it's probably like 5-6 years now. Churches give their members tax forms to file with your taxes with a printout of all your tithes. Hold on. They got all your tithes with a year-end printout of how much you've tithed, how much you did this, how much you did that, how much you've donated, and then blase skip. And, you know, here's a nice little printout for you to do with your taxes and go explain back to the master that, hey, you did a good job. You've been tithing and everything. So, yeah, go and file this with your other little trinkets and your W-2 and your, you know what I'm saying?
And they don't explain it to them right either. Pastor doesn't. Probably because they don't fucking know. But it's, you take it to the IRS, but it's a write-off. Private people do it all the time. It's a write-off. Like you have somebody like Donald Trump that will donate $1 million to the church. that's a write-off for him. It reduces your income. It becomes a write-off for the private sector. And I'm
Yep.
like, oh my fucking goodness, the church was
That's why they
behind it the
give
whole
so
time.
much.
I'm like, wow, that's how it was done. Because I couldn't figure out. I'm like, now it explains why they set up the church on the farms. And we went to the little old rusty farm school in the neighborhood, which was Sunday school.
And there's one farmer who has a great relationship with the pastor, because that one farmer will convince the other farmers, and that one farmer who may have all the money. See, the one farmer that's worth $10 million, he go do this to the pastor. He go say, look, man, this year I'm gonna donate you about 5, right? Out of the 5, you can keep like 1.5, but I'm gonna need that other 3.5 back. You see what I'm saying? So I'm really donating you 1.5. You know what I'm saying? I need my 3.5 back, but you're a nonprofit, so hey, motherfucker, you ain't got to explain none of this shit to the government. You know, am I lying, Sister Betty?
No.
It just got to look right when they come do their little audit. That's all. You ain't got to explain none of this shit. The numbers just got to look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, when you work for nonprofits, a nonprofit will get mad at you for not working all your hours. Did you know that? Do people know that? Nonprofits get mad for different type of things. They have to give you the hours because it's based on their contract. So they have to spend that money, because if the money down to the penny don't get spent, the whole point of it is they want to always make it seem like they need more money in order to keep raising their loan capital. So a nonprofit can never have excess money at the end of the year. They're going to always find something that
a way to spend it, because if not, they got to send it back to the federal government.
They got to send it back.
They got to send it back.
They're going to always find something to do with that money and get a bigger extension next year. Sister Betty, you know what she's talking about.
Yep. They got to send it back. That I haven't even gotten any grants yet, because I know that I have to have a plan to a proposed plan to how I'm going to spend those funds. And it's definitely going to be the hiring of staff, you know, but say like I hire a secretary, right? And I'm going to pay, and she's going to be part-time secretary, but I'm paying her $20,000 a year. If she's fired within like 6 months, I got to send back 10,000. I got to show I paid her 10,000, and I can't hire nobody else unless prior to that proposal, I put in that if this person goes, I have a right to hire another one to fulfill the obligations of her seat. You have to let all that be known. If not, you got to send that shit back to the federal government, else your ass will never qualify for nothing else. You become in debt to the government. They're gonna be like, where my $10,000?
Fact.
So yeah, and to be humiliated by someone in my chat room after I let them on my fucking panel, trying to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about when I know what I'm talking about. It's just my head is somewhere else. And I was trying to ask them, how did that law get applied to us when we weren't citizens? What did it? That's all I wanted to know. But I'm like, oh, now I got it. You got to relinquish the fake racial identities. And then when you do that, you're not relinquishing your citizenship, because Indians
weren't they called the UCC black codes as far as the identities go? That, as far as when they talk about getting a straw man UCC, that's applied to the black code. So it's like, from my understanding, it's an error, which is why you heard like so many people getting caught up trying to get the funds from their straw man UCC code fund or whatever, because in the perception of how they're looking at it, nigga hires you come and get money from a dead person. That's like, did you see what I'm saying? That's how they're looking at it.
Yeah,
you getting money from a dead entity.
You gotta come correctly who you are, and when you're relinquishing all these fictitious corporations that you were created to be in the corporation, such as Negro, that's a fictitious corporation. Okay, when you relinquish that, now you're the Indian not taxed. Now the land that they pushed you off is yours. When they pushed you off of you as a nigger, because the church made you a nigga when you was reborn. You were a new baby born all over again. And you became the fictitious Negro in the corporation. That's why the government was able to come on the land and push you off and say, you got 24 hours to get the fuck out. You're not the Indian that you used to be. You're not. They're dead. I'm the government. And you're on Indian land. Get your ass off, because now you're the Negro. You're the fake Indian. And you're like looking puzzled, like, I am. And I've been in us. My family been living on this farm for hundreds of years. My grandpapa died, back in the 1700s. We've been here since. You became the Negro when you got in church, and there was a new baby born. You were reborn, and you became a member under them. So now you're literally a squatter on your land. A squatter. Had you not become that, you got to relinquish the fake identity that you were given. The Pope already told you that. They announced Doctrine of Discovery. You got to relinquish that. When you relinquish that fake identity, that fake corporation, you're not giving up your citizenship, because the Indians did have citizenship, but they're telling you the Indian died only because you're fake under the corporation. But when you relinquish that, now, okay, the Constitution definitely applies to you because you are the Indian. And that's what, I'm bringing his name up again, but that's what Thane was showing you that video when he showed you Baldwin. He said, you're standing here cheering on Gary Cooper and telling him to kill the Indian, but you don't realize that the Indian is you. The Indian is you. Because you didn't realize it.
Now, Sister Betty,
So
can I ask you this? One way, not a simple way for people to start, right? Because I saw somebody write in the chat, how can I start to relinquish these things? I'm finna give you a simple way, right? That I've heard from people, and I want to see how true this is. As things start to expire, licenses, as such as those, right? Before you get to the actual birth certificate, when things start to expire, that is the expiration of that status, as I've understood. When you relicense, because people go relicense and all, as you relicense yourself, start to change your status at that point.
correct. You got it. You got to become.
You could tell them people right then at that point, I'm no longer black. This is who I am. They can't deny what you write on these licenses. And from that point, we'll start working yourself back up to your birth certificate and say, on this piece of paper right here, I want to get it changed. I want the master copy to say, I'm no longer this, or it just don't apply to me no more.
Right. And that's what was in Martin Luther King's head when he realized, oh my goodness, I led you to the slaughter.
Led you to the slaughter.
He figured out what he did. He didn't know it. And then it hit him. Oh, shit. You became squatters on your land once you became in the corporation as a citizen under those fake, fictitious racial identities. It never was you. So they killed the Indian on paper, literally. So now you got to bring him back to life on paper. And how do you do it? You do it the same fucking way the United States relinquished itself from England. You declare it, affirm it, and you start living it literally. Because now you relinquished the Negro, the color. At this point, it's Negro. It's whatever is on your birth certificate. You got to relinquish that racial classification. And then once you do that, now you're the Indian. And it's their burden to prove that you're not the fucking Indian. Because as they tell you, all the Indians are extinguished. And they're really not. And like what Copper Aborigine was showing when the Queen of England said, and that was just her way of letting, after the bitterness between her and the colonizers, she put that shit out there like that. She knew what she was saying. Because it was all cool and gooly when she was in connection with the colonizers. But they put shit out there, and it's up for us to figure it out. Man, when they find out what the fuck we did to them, she did that shit. And now look at the Pope, 23. I relinquish, renounce the doctrine of discovery. All this shit, they all at war with each other. But
when they start to fight amongst each other, you do the smart thing and you get out the way and you let them beef with each other. You don't throw your
right.
Listen, you don't throw yourself in the middle of other people family beef. That's your time to get the fuck up from the dinner table and leave.
Right.
Sister Betty, right. Y'all done gave me an opportunity to leave. Let me get my little to-go plate and get the fuck up out of here. Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Let them argue and feed. And by the time y'all done arguing, y'all gonna look up and be like, this nigga Bobby done got a to-go plate. He done got the fuck out. He is gone.
Little ass puny, small, little cute Jabari that he see you, Chief Holiday, at Power, at TV, we aboriginals. We not the one that they need to be fearing. I keep telling y'all that. Pookie and Ray Ray is with them under them dashikis. When they find this shit out, Jabari ass better go to his land he got in Africa. Because they gonna, don't forget, that's Pookie and that fucking dashiki that don't know shit right now. But when he wake up and find this out, that nigga is really gonna come out, that Pookie. Listen, and he gonna be holding Jabari swinging. Nigga, you told me.
That the same drunk Indians, the same niggas that was getting drunk and saying, you know what, tonight we finna go cut the top of scalp. We scalping niggas and bringing them back to that energy is finna start. But once they figure out that, oh, this who we really was, we was the ones that got your boy Custard, huh? We was the ones that Geronimo and them and all that. Oh, so no wonder they really fear niggas. We wild ass Indians.
Fact.
Listen to the stories they talk about them Indians. Man, them niggas will come snatch your babies in the night, scalp the men, bring the top of the head back. Niggas waking up with their brains showing. Man, don't ever let them type of niggas get the power back again.
Facts. It's kind of like that skit that Ab TV plays with Nino Brown and what's the light-skinned cute guy name that was the banker in the movie? And,
Christopher Williams.
Yeah, when he said, sit your $5 ass down, because he's the brother in the suit. That's the Jabari, the educated brother. Oh, sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
That's what's gonna happen. He's talking to G Money.
Jabari. That's what's gonna happen to Jabari when Pookie find out about that this is shit, this is land. Sit your $5 ass down. The educated brother in the suit, Jabari. Yo, Jabari, your ass better start packing now, because shit about to break. It's about to break. And I
man, listen, these niggas don't even want to, as far as the Pan-Africans, man, niggas believing they from Africa. I'm telling you, I'm pulling the foundation of that shit. I don't even go into long arguments with these niggas. Cool. You believe you from Africa because you took a DNA test, right? I know how law works, Sister Betty. I play a dumb nigga on the internet, but that's really to get you into this lines den with me, right? So you're telling me you took a DNA test, they took some spit and some blood and told you was from 99 and 95% from West Africa or whatever these, but guess what though? Guess what Bobby know about things that are claimed to be scientifically proven is fact? Like if I get let's say I go get a test from the scientist, right? A DNA test for my child, right? Which has been backed by law or something that's ground standing in court cases, right? I can then go take that DNA test to a notary republic, right? Mm-hmm. Me and the other person who are participants in this DNA test go get it notarized to put it certified on the record that we are the certified parents as per this DNA test of this person, just to get it notarized for shits and giggles, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, but that's my right to do that.
That's right.
If I can't do that with that DNA test though.
It ain't gonna work.
Can I go get it? They gonna
Right.
look at me like, what the fuck is this? Who, first
Yeah.
of all, who's the other participant that's finna walk in here and certify this with you? Because think about it. You need two parties in order to certify something, right or wrong. It's
Yeah.
per notarizing or we live in a bipolar system. That's
Yeah.
why it's plaintiff and defendant. So it's
Yeah.
always gonna be two parties that need to be put on notice or of something when you choose to do something. So if you really want to get recompense through this genealogy sheet, all you got to do is the person that took your DNA test say, hey, look, I want to either come out there to where you at, or you can get a representative to come to me so I can get this paperwork notarized because I want to go to Africa and present it to whatever right or wrong, Sister Bethy. I've thought this out. I want to get this paperwork notarized. So when I go to Africa, I can show this shit directly to the government there in that country that's standing in that land and say, hey, this certifies that I'm from here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can y'all go ahead and give me my dual citizenship or however this shit work? Because it's notarized and recognized by scientists all over the world that says I'm 95% from this land right here. I got the notarized paperwork right here. How do I start my my integration process into getting
facts? So original Skywalker, yeah. There's no race on your birth certificate, but there's other way that a particular state got you. If you ever had a driver's license, that's a long ass form to fill out. If you ever went in the hospital, that's a long ass form to fill out. When you go to your doctor, they got you. They got you. Get it? You have to kill the fake race identity. And the way you kill it is relinquishing it. But
just
you're
give it up.
Not right. You got to kill it on paper. The same way they killed the Indian on paper. Facts. And that's a fact. You become Indian, not tax. So, like, all right, you stop paying taxes and stuff. They calling themselves coming to take IRS. Well, it's their burden to prove that you're not the Indian. And after you show them all the shit that happened to you in history, they just gonna throw their hands up and walk out the motherfucking door. Because you got all the proof what was done to you and what led you up to where you are today. You got a long ass history. Long. That shit is long as hell. Who got the proof? Them or you? You do. The whole long history. What led you up into this shit? From the establishment of the church, the reborning you, they made you a new baby. You went in the water and came up out of the water as a newborn citizen. That was the birth right there. And the church put you on their membership list and showed it to the government. That's why they're able to get grants and all that. Oh, it gets ugly and nasty, stanky and funky. When I tell you it's hot, stanky and funky on that motherfucking plantation, it's hot. It's hot. I ain't lying. That's, you done been Negro funky sweat on the cotton plantation. All that shit coming out. I'm telling you. But I got to get up out of here, y'all, because I want to really rest. I got so much sleep last night. I'm going to go, I think, Chief, somebody's going live. I'm going to watch the live. Y'all smash the like button. Love you, Bobby. Love y'all. And we still going to continue having those healing meetings in Zoom because we agreed to it last night, and I'm going to be going around visiting and trolling in my Aboriginal, Indian brother, or whatever, Black, European, Moor brother chat rooms and enjoy their segments and stop turning my nose up. I acknowledge things that I got to correct in this community about myself, and I'm going to start it. But I'm not dealing with no motherfuckers that I just know I ain't vibing with. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I give up. I tried that shit. It don't work. It don't work. I tried it yesterday. Yesterday was proof. I'm done. Fucking done. So I'm gonna get off of here. I ain't even eat my breakfast yet, and I'm hungry. I'm gonna go in there and see what else is due, but we're gonna still keep having these Zoom meetings to heal our relationships in the Aboriginal community, so we can get shit right. Because one damn thing I ain't trying to do is divide the Aboriginals. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I want to keep it healing. So I love y'all. And I see y'all later in somebody damn chat room. I'm out, Bobby. I'm out of here, y'all. Love y'all.
Where we're going tonight, paradise, paradise. I'm taking you to paradise, paradise. I don't even care about the price, yeah. Paradise, paradise. I'm taking you. Let's see the sun and have some fun. I'm so tired of living life in gray, babe. And you deserve to see the world far from the other. So tell me, baby, where would you like to go? Maybe we'll drive from coast to coast, only to where we love the most. I'm taking you to paradise, paradise. You know where we're going tonight, paradise,